Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be looking at these few tips and tricks that everybody should follow before they start working on their Xgen scene. So, tip number 1 is subscribe. Come on guys, I mean, it wasn't tip number 1, but it's important. Okay, real tip number 1. What you gotta do is, before you start working on any Maya scene, I need you guys to go inside this project window over here and create a new project. Then select your file path. This is important because Xgen is not saved inside of your scene. Okay, so I have this directory created over here just for the sake of this tutorial. I'm going to call this text Xgen project. Okay, I'm gonna hit accept. Now going to set that project. You see this workspace.mel, that's where you need to set it. Okay, so that's tip number 1. So what tip number 2 is that whatever you are going to do with this, be sure that you name it only once and you're done. The name's not gonna change after that, okay? So for example, if I named him Spectre, don't change that and then go into Xgen and start changing stuff up. That's going to ruin some of the things inside of Maya for later. It's going to break your groom or something like that. So don't change the name. Okay, tip number 3. UV unwrap. Right now you can see this sphere has a very general UV unwrap, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into orthographic views, delete half of it, have this, and unwrap it properly. So there we go, got a proper unwrap. That should do it. Going to delete history and everything on it. Okay, so that's tip number 3. Make sure that you do all these things before you start working on Xgen for real, alright? Why? Because this helps you avoid a lot of errors down when you are going to actually start working on your groom. You need to make sure that you set your project, because Xgen is not saved inside your scene. You need to make sure that the naming convention is something that you're done with. You need to make sure that the UVs are properly unwrapped. So the 4th and final tip, this one is super important, and this one relates to your file path. Why does it relate to the file path? Well, let's say that you have this file path up top, right? Make sure there are no spaces existing in your file path, not just here. I'm not talking about just here. They can exist here, but I'm talking about this, like wherever you go and place them. So for me, these softwares, 3D modeling practices, and then into works, characters, or wherever I want to put my stuff at. So this is important, because if you have this spacing, then Xgen is going to break for some of you guys. It doesn't do that for everybody, but it does it for some people, okay? So make sure there is no space inside of your file paths. And that's 4 tips that you should always remember before start working on your Xgen groom. Until next time, guys.